Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today, we have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. Today's beer is Toller Lite from Burnside Brewing Company. This is quality brewed Toller Lite, not to be mistaken for those unquality brewed beers. This is quality brewed. Dartmouth, Nova Scotia is where this is from. The 12-pack would be... 12-pack of these cans would be just over $22. So cheap as fuck in comparison to prices here in Saskatchewan. But yeah. For instance, I ordered over 48 beers and shipped them from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia to Saskatchewan. It was cheaper than 48 beers bought here in the province. And we're talking craft beers. We're not talking like I bought 48 no-name lights versus these guys. A no-name light, cheaper than this. No-name light 24-pack is only like $10 more than this guy. And technically no-name light is brewed by a craft brewery in Alberta, but we're digressing. We're digressing there. What do we got going on here? 90 calories, 3 grams of carbs, nothing else really to write home to. Brewed and canned, independently brewed and canned in Atlantic, Canada. I can't read what that is. It's 21 Frazee Avenue, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. This was one of the provinces, this was a province I was looking at moving to. When we were leaving the Arctic, we were going to either New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, or Saskatchewan. When we originally went to the Arctic, we were going to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, or Saskatchewan. When we first went up, the houses we were looking at in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, be it in the city or outside the city, were only like $30,000 to $80,000, and we were like, hey, we can go up to the Arctic, we can pay off all of our debts, we can save up almost enough to pay out the house outright, or pay out the house outright if we buy a house that needs some work, move to the Maritimes, and then we can even work minimum wage jobs and live happily. Then COVID hit, and people from Toronto that could work from home moved out there, and house prices skyrocketed. I saw houses that I was looking at that were only 70 grand before COVID were still up after COVID, but the price went up to 300,000. So we didn't move there. And Saskatchewan was always our third choice. And we ended up out here, and the prices here went up as well, but they only went up like 10 to 20%, not like 300%. So it was one of those awesome things, and we've loved where we are. Yeah, would we have loved the ocean and stuff more? Possibly, but we're happy, and that's something we weren't for a long time. So hey, it is what it is. And now that I've told that stupid story that nobody cares about, let's drink the Toller Lite from Dartmouth. I'm just going to keep slowly pouring, hoping that I can get this in the glass fully without putting it down first. This is crystal clear though, like I can see it. It is a crystal clear, it looks golden from where I'm holding it, but I'm guessing because I've had one of their products in a glass, I'm guessing maybe more straw colored once I hold it up. But where it's sitting, it looks golden, bright white head, like bright white head. Wow. Yeah, that's more straw. Down here it's golden. I think it's picking up the color of the barrel head, but up here golden, bright white head. It is fading. Nice snap, crackle, pop. You put that down in front of me, and I think you put a beer in front of me. I would. You put a beer in front of me. That's all I want. I ordered a light lager. That's what I want. An American light lager should look like this. For those of you that are like, oh, you're an idiot, an American light lager should look cloudy, or it should look darker, or it should look this, or it should look... No, a true American light lager should look like this. Whether or not we're craft beer fans, or we're macro fans, or this, let's hold things to the proper account. I always hate when you do it, and it's one of the reasons I became a beer judge. So I could go into the awards and I could rate things fairly. Do I like Coors Light, or at the time Canadian Light, or Moosehead Light, or Blue Light, or Bud Light? No, I don't really care for any of them. But if we're looking at an American adjunct lager category, should they win over, say, Anti-Gravity Light from Flying Monkeys? Probably. Do I like Anti-Gravity Light more than those beers? Yes, I very much do like it more. But styles exist, and the parameters of the styles exist. And if you're going to hold something to a chord, you have to hold all of it to a chord. Like, one of my angriest moments was when Muskoka Cream Ale, and I don't mind Muskoka Cream Ale, don't get me wrong, but when Muskoka Cream Ale won the Ontario Brewing Awards in the Pale Ale category, and on top of winning in the Pale Ale category, they won Best in Show. That was one of my most angry moments when it came to working in the beer industry. Really, really pissed me off. Pissed me off. It shouldn't have pissed me off, but it pissed... Okay, we're digressing. Let's get... This is why James needs to be sitting here. Just wait till I can get James in the basement and we're both sitting around this table. That doesn't smell great. Now, I'll say, I'm not going into this completely blind. When this arrived, I did drink one. I didn't smell it. I didn't do anything. I cracked the can and dropped it back down my throat. Smelling it now, not great. Now, I don't know what the water's like in Dartmouth. I don't. And I can't say I haven't had beers from Dartmouth or Halifax. If I remember correctly, Dartmouth and Halifax are the twin cities, where one is on each side of the bridge. If I'm remembering my geography correctly. I don't know what their water's like, but this kind of almost has a smell kind of like the Trent in England. It's a little sulfuric. So it kind of has a little bit of a bready biscuitiness, and then a little bit of like a fart, a little bit of methane. And I'm not saying it to be mean or anything. That's just what I'm smelling, right? Doesn't mean it's going to taste bad, but a lot of beers from the Trent, I was not a big fan of. Scent from the glass. I don't smell anything at all from the glass. So hey, whatever. Cheers, let's try it. That's a light lager. And it is a proper adjunct light lager. There's no hoppiness to it. There's no overpowering maltiness. You do get a little bit of a bready biscuitiness, and then almost like a Miller Lite. It almost has a slight oxidization flavor in that it almost comes off with a little bit of wet cardboard. Not saying that per se is a fault, because Miller Lite is a very loved beer in the world. But this kind of reminds me of the craft variation of Miller Lite, because it has the Miller Lite back end, but it has just a bready, biscuity forefront. I like that. Extremely light beer. Light flavored, light bodied. light colored, light everything. This is a beer. Yeah, I could drink a 12-pack of it and not even realize I drank a 12-pack of it. And at like, I believe it was 21 or 22.99 for a 12-pack. I could get behind paying that because that didn't feel great. That's only like $3 more a 12-pack than me buying like PC beer here. And this tastes so much better than PC Lite. But PC Lite, if I'm looking for just a beer to just drink, it's usually going to be either PC Lite or No Name Lite. No Name Lite if I don't want anything else, because No Name Lite is $3 at 2-4 cheaper than PC beers, but PC lets me buy 2 different flavors in 212. It's like 2 12-packs for $37.99, or I can buy a 2-4 for $35.99. So I save a little bit of money buying the 2-4 if I want just the one flavor. But if I'm looking at more than one flavor, buying the PC brand is the better way to go, just to get a variation. This is not much more expensive, and it's more flavorful. Actually, I shouldn't say it's more flavorful. It's more palatable, I guess is the way to say it. It's just easy to put down. If I'm looking at this as a light beer, just stylistically, if this was put into a beer competition and I had to review it, like I had to rate it and give it its notes and everything else you have to do at a beer awards, that's a 9 out of 10. As a light lager, 9 out of 10. Personal enjoyment, 7 out of 10. I would buy it again anytime. They get some new beers that I want to try, I will buy one of these just to have it come as well. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Have a lovely evening. Au revoir. A bientôt. See you soon. Bye-bye. Mwah. I guess I gotta try and stand up and get to the camera. I don't know how long this video is. Probably too long. I apologize. I need a co-reviewer so that I don't take so long, so I don't go. Bye, guys.